What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon Trading Card Game card opening series. So in the last episode we opened up the Yveltal theme deck, and the episode before that we opened up the Xerneas deck. So Xerneas was the Resilient Life deck and Yveltal was the Destruction Rush deck. So if you wanted the alternative holo for both these cards, that was the only way to get it. Also another way of picking up, I suppose, two of Yveltals without having to do booster packs, which is actually a pretty good card just for a supporty card, just to do a little bit of damage as well. Pass around some darkness energies to your dark cards, and Shadow Circle as well, so it's a good stadium card for darkness support. So good cards overall. I mostly get theme decks, mostly just to get a bit of a kickstart on collection, as well as the trainer cards, support cards, and all that you get from these as well, which are absolute must for deck building. You get your best cards from these rather than from booster packs, because booster packs, as we all know, random as all hell. There's actually a small chance of getting support cards, so these are surefire ways of getting them. Plus you can snag a pretty good card, e.g. Yveltal from theme decks. Alright, so in this episode we're moving on to the tin versions from the theme deck. So we've got our Xerneas tin and our Yveltal tin. So I think I've already mentioned the Yveltal card mixed in with the Yveltal from the theme deck, and this equals absolute destruction plus the Darkrai from, I think it was a Dark Explorers expansion. You can also get it from Legendary Treasure as well, which still makes it legal to be used in competitive play, I'm pretty sure. But that in this combination with the Shadow Circle card as well, and cards like, oh, there's another card as well I can put with it. I can't think of the top of my head because I've been out of it for so long. But that is an absolute beast. But you don't even need that card I was thinking of. You maybe need Hard Charm just to reduce the damage done to your Pokemon as well. Darkrai gives them no retreat costs if they're holding a Darkness Energy card. So that's really, really strong. Xerneas, on the other hand, I can't think of a single thing of it because I haven't actually looked at Xerneas in great detail. I know I've already got it. I wasn't really a big fan of its artwork. Same with Yveltals, I suppose I wasn't really a big fan of its artwork, not compared to its booster pack version anyway. But yeah, on to the point of the episode. We're opening up the Xerneas tin today. I'm going to leave Yveltal for the next one. Only because I did Xerneas first for theme deck, so why not just do the tin first again. Alright, so Xerneas and tin, what we get? We get one of two foil cards, so Xerneas EX or Yveltal EX. So of course we'll get Xerneas EX in this one. And 4 Pokemon Trading Card Game booster packs plus a bonus code that allows you to redeem the Xerneas EX card that you get from this tin, which is really good, especially for Yveltal. You can use that for online play and absolutely devastate people with it. Alright, so let's rip it open. I can't get the plastic off. Alright. And this is like a big disadvantage of like no fingernails, or no nails. I can't get into it that easy, but I got into it. There it is, without its wrapping. Right. Goodness, I don't remember tins being that hard to open. I think I've gotten weak. Alright, so there it is. There's the tin opened and there's the card. So I've got a big glare going. So I'm sorry if you can't see it properly, but that's the card. It does look alright, I suppose, on the card. I can't even think of what its EX version looks like from the actual expansion. I'm pretty sure I like that one better. But yeah, Breakthrough and X-Blast. X-Blast being hell strong, like Hyper Beam and Giga Impact strong. And Breakthrough does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and 60 to the active Pokemon. That is pretty good, I will admit, but not as good as Yveltal. So it is outclassed by Yveltal, but I suppose in a Fairy deck that would probably be quite good. So here it is again up close, and haha, there we go. I managed to get a bit of a closer look of it. Alright, so let's explore the rest of the tin. We have our Xerneas tin code there, so that will redeem the Xerneas EX card for online play. That can go over there. And what lucky booster packs are we getting? Probably Legendary Treasures again and X and Y. That's my bet. Oh, it's only plastic. Ah, there we go. God, I swear most of the expense for buying this tin comes out of just buying the plastic that comes with it. I'll put that on later. Where am I going to put it? Down here. I'm so unorganized. But anyways, we have... Alright, we have the X and Y booster pack. So we've got 2 of them in all their glory. We also have Legendary Treasures, which I was right. And we also got a Plasma Blast booster pack as well. So I guess those were the decks that were legal at the time of X and Y's release. So I'm going to start all gen and go Plasma Blast first. Actually, Legendary Treasures will go first. I've been opening up a few of them already. It's a Genesect one, not as cool as the Mewtwo one, which was the awesome black and gold contrast. So let's get ourselves some Radiant Collection cards. Alright. That first, before I forget. Alright, we have Charmander, we have Swaddle, we have Piplup, Zora, Rayquaza as the holo, so... Okay, I could have sworn we're supposed to get a reverse holo. Huh, maybe I don't get one. Empoleon. We have Meloetta as the Radiant Collection holo. We have Servine from the Radiant Collection. Had to make sure it didn't look like one. Cherubi and Shuckle as our last card from the Legendary Treasures collection. Alright, so that's one down. Next up is Plasma Blast, which was another 5th gen one. I think this one might have been later than, earlier than Legendary Treasures, but I decided to open up that one first. Plasma Blast, another redemption code for it. Rubbish bin. Alright, so we're going to start off with Teddiursa, Squirtle, Bagon, Machop, we have Axu, we have a Haxorus. Now that one's reverse holo. I don't know who the reverse holo was in the last one. I think we got one. Aha! Ha 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 ha! I was wondering if we're going to get one. A Virizion EX card. So we got ourselves an EX, so sweet. Its ability was Verdant Wind, so each of your Pokemon that has a grass energy attached to it cannot be affected by special conditions. Remove any special conditions affecting those Pokemon. So a big threat that I can remember from the 5th gen Team Plasma cards was Hypnotonic Blaster, I think it was. That may not be the exact name for it, but what it did was flip a coin. It gave a sleep condition if you got heads, but it always poisoned the Pokemon. Can't remember if that was the effect or it was the other way around, but I know it gave those 2 special conditions, which was a massive pain to come across. So there were decks that had those cards exclusively to it. Some of them carried 4 to them, which really did annoy the heck out of me. I had no way of removing them. Burbank City Gym was also placed on top of it to increase the poison damage, and oh my lord, that was a lot of damage, and that was a quick defeat on my part. But yeah, if you had nothing to counter it, this is one way of doing it for a grass deck. It almost is screaming to be put into your deck, because Hypnotonic Blaster was definitely a very common card. Awesome, that's awesome. Speaking of Team Plasma cards, we have Reversal Trigger. Now, what this do again? When the Team Plasma Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage an opponent's attack, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So, okay, it's not just the Team Plasma card, that's any card. Whoop. So that can be pretty handy to getting a particular card out of a deck that you need. So, youch. No doubt that was a common card. I'm a bit whiffy about Team Plasma cards and strategies. I actually never got into it because that's when I was out of the collecting stage, so I don't exactly know too much about Team Plasma decks and how they work, but from what I can see, they're pretty strong. We had Porygon 2 there, and Electrike as the last card from that booster pack. I do remember there was one of these cards that would have been right back in... trying to think of it, what it was called. It was the second expansion to come out. I can't think of it at the moment. I know it never came out for me. It was very little of it, so I never did too much for that expansion, but that had a really good effect. It was something to do with electric cards, and there's never been another good one since. Kind of a shame though, that card is featured quite a lot in a lot of expansions, so you think it gets some type of good effect again. I guess though, that's how it rolls though in this game. You're in the spotlight and then suddenly you're a nobody. Alright, so let's move on to the X and Y booster packs. So let's see if I can snag any more cards that I don't have from X and Y, because it's a little bit shoddy at the moment. I don't have every card, unlike Flashfire, but it'd be nice to get the X and Y collection complete. There's the redemption code. So we've got Taylor, we've got Shelder, we've got Fletching, we've got Ekans, we have Panpour, we have Fennekin Reverse Holo, we have Beedrill as the rare, Super Potion, we have Illuminous, and Hard Charm as the final card for that booster pack. Sweet. I know I don't have Fennekin Reverse Holo, so that's awesome. And the last booster pack for this tin. Alright, so another X and Y redemption. So we have Darkness Energy, awesome. We have Pikachu. We have Timber. Try and get that glare out of the way. Taylor. We have Shelder. We have Quilladin Reverse Holo. We have Raichu as a Holo and the rare, which is awesome. I don't think I got that one actually. We have Frogadier. And we have Inkay. Upside Down Evolution. Once you're in a turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is confused, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put that into this Pokemon. This card is evolving your Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterwards. And that works in well with its only attack, which was Confusion Rave, which confuses both Pokemon and does no damage for one Darkness Energy card. So sweet. And Max Revive is our final card. Awesome. So that was some pretty good booster pack pulls there, especially that Raichu. I've got to double check if I've got that one. I'm pretty sure I don't. And the Darkness Energy is an added bonus. Alright, so that's it for the Xerneas tin. So next up in the next episode is the Evantal tin. So this comes with the absolute beast of X and Y, which everyone fears. Kind of like the Mewtwo EX card that came from 5th gen, I think, or even, yeah, 5th gen. 4th gen one wasn't as good, but yeah, we'll look at that one and I'll show you exactly why it's OP. And that's it for this episode. So as a reminder, that's the card you get from the Xerneas tin. Maybe not as good as the Evantal card. It's still cool to have though. That's now my second duplicate. But anyways, thank you so much for taking your time out of the day to check out this video. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes that I've done. There's going to be a whole bunch of trading card episodes coming out because I've got a whole bunch of cards to open. And what better time to do it now when I've got a big stack. So yeah, make sure to check them out. And if you like them, make sure to keep an eye out for future episodes on these as well, because there's going to be a whole bunch of them, including the Furious Fist collection cards as well. So until next episode, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!